Hey, members and patrons, just wanted to record a quick little behind the scenes vlog before the end of September, as I do. September has been an interesting month. A lot has happened. It's been a busy month, but I've also had some downtime, so we'll talk about that. I'm just going to go through as I usually do. I'll talk about the stuff that has been released this month and what I'm working on and what you can expect in October and beyond. So let's just get into it. First off, we probably got some new patrons and members in here from my last live stream, so welcome. I hope you enjoy the benefits, including this. So the first thing that I led off with in September. And this is something that I wanted to release earlier, but I just wanted to wait until the right time. Is the trailer for my biology on my my documentary on alien biology, Wild Space. This is something that I've been working on off and on for about 4 years, but like more intensively for the past several months, and I've gotten my illustrator, my colorist for Star Trek Endurance, Sean Guku, one of my patrons, to do some animations for this, modeling as well, and rigging, and just all kinds of stuff. And there's gonna be more of that where that came from. But I'm really happy with how it's coming together. I mean, people have told me that it's my magnum opus. No, people have told me that they think that it is, one of the most impressive things I've made, and I appreciate that. I'll let you guys decide if you agree with that when it comes out. For me, it's um, just well, it is the culmination of a lot of hard work and research and everything. It's basically my response to Life Beyond, Melody Sheep's Life Beyond, and but it's in some ways it's also just another video right in the pipeline. But I did step up the production value for this one because I wanted to make it a little bit more cinematic, and so I think I succeeded in that. So you guys will see that that's coming this winter as per the trailer. Um, I also released the omnibus of Endurance, and I put out a short to announce that. I didn't put out a video because those little short minute long videos, they don't really do well in the algorithm, and I just don't need them, clogging up my catalog, my library, amongst all the other videos. So it's a short, but also like the actual Endurance, comic. You can go read it right now, all 3 issues. If you're a patron or member at any level, you can go read it right now. So I'm really proud to see that kind of come to a conclusion. And eh, if I had more time and money, I definitely would like to continue it. But I think 3 issues was a good stopping point, especially with so many other things kind of going on in my life right now and on YouTube and whatnot. Um, and I announced a bunch of this stuff on my Star Trek Day stream, which is my last live stream as of when I'm recording this. And we did a fundraiser for another video that's coming up. I'll talk about that in a second. But always happy to do the Q and A's. They can get a little physically taxing because I'm sitting there answering questions for hours and hours and hours on end. Um, but yeah, probably gonna do some more of those this year. Um, but as far as the other like regular videos that I put out, augments, it was a long requested video, long requested topic that I finally got around to, and it's performing decently for like a Star Trek, you know, humans video. Essentially, is another one of those. But it was about augment biology, kind of adding on to the discussion about the augments and the eugenics wars. Something I can't escape talking about, apparently. I also did mapping the Dominion War, and that one I'm not really sure what happened. It's just performing. It's significantly underperforming my expectations. Like mapping Voyager, way up here, and I don't know. Maybe it's because well, it's not really. It's kind of a shorter video, but it's not really that much shorter than a lot of my other mapping videos. Maybe because it's DS9. my retrospective video on DS9 did really well, and some of my alien videos like Breen and stuff have gotten views over time, but um, I don't know. Maybe DS9 content is just not as like popular. I'm not sure what happened there, but I do have actually by the time you're watching this, I might have already released my video about is Starfleet a military. This is my kind of my response to the Strange New World season 3 episode that kind of touched on that question, but then kind of pivoted away from that and actually, seriously addressing it. You know, many people have many people have made videos on this, and this is my contribution. I think that I've well, we'll get to sponsors. I'll talk about sponsors in a bit, but the sponsor for that one, I think you guys are gonna like. Um, the fundraiser that I did was for TOS Aliens. So this is the start of a new series that I want to do. I want to talk about like the remaining like background aliens or just the alien of the week, aliens from all the Star Trek shows that I haven't covered already, starting with TOS. I already did it for the animated series. So this is kind of like going back and covering that, and then we'll move into TNG and beyond. Um, and It's been a really interesting process. I'm doing a lot of like universe sandbox shots for aliens whose home planets orbit real world stars that we, know their mass and stuff like that. So and the size of their habitable zone. So that's fun. I enjoy doing that kind of stuff. Um, and Some of the other big videos that are coming this year that you guys I have been teased about, right? Metal Gear Solid 3, that's coming in October. Just waiting on a good sponsor for that. Also, it's being edited by my friend Phobia, and he has an opening to do that soon, and that's why that video is only going to be coming out at that point. But also because he's a full-time YouTuber as well. But also he and Kinsey and I are releasing Konami related videos all on the same day. That's the plan anyway. So I'm hoping that will work out. I think it will. Knock on wood. I don't know. When we release videos on the same day, it's just kind of epic. Um, Three Body Problem, another one that I've teased. That's been shot. Again, gonna wait for a good sponsor for that. I don't want to release everything at once. Mapping lower decks also in the pipeline because, of course, I have to map lower decks. Mapping the route of the Cerritos has actually been a little easier than I thought it was going to be. Fallout, another big tentpole video. That is something that is going to be released to coincide with the beginning of or the premiere of the second season. Now, some of these videos, I'm going to be sitting on them for a while, and I feel kind of guilty about that. But at the same time, I've talked about this before several times. Like, I I do it to buy time for me to kind of work on other things, kind of relax. We have a shoot coming up for a 2026 video in November, and I I don't want to get too far ahead on stuff, um, but like before that happens, that shoot. And so I'm kind of have this backlog of videos of rough cuts that I will release over time because that shoot is kind of like a fixed point that I'm working around. And so I know that most of you guys understand. There's some people who are like, "Why don't you just release it now?" You're withholding it unethically. You're taking money. Yeah, I'm taking money from patrons because all of this costs money to make, and I appreciate it. But You got like top patrons and members will get like early access previews to those videos a few weeks in advance. But again, I'm just waiting for the right time to release some of this stuff. Again, sponsors. A lot of it has to do with sponsors. Like this one sponsor, like says, okay, November is when our next opening is. All right, bet. I need something for that, right? So I don't want to run out of ideas too quickly. But I think in my last video I talked a big game about wanting to kind of transition to monthly uploads in 2026, because I'm just like, uh, just I don't know. I'm starting to overwork myself a little bit. I've got all this different stuff in production. Like I just named off a bunch of different videos, and I think that a lot of you guys can probably imagine like how difficult it is to juggle all of that. And it's easier than weekly videos. I'll say that, but um, transitioning to monthly uploads, probably not something that's going to happen immediately. I think it will be a transition. I actually have like this Aliens of series. Like I kind of want to run through those in a timely manner so that I can move on to other things in the second half of 2026. Also, after like quarter one and quarter two, I think we could see like a big influx in sponsors because companies have their ad budgets reset. And but after quarter two, going into quarter three next year, that's probably going to be another dry period because it always is. Summer sucks on YouTube trying to get people to watch stuff. But I kind of have the opposite problem of uploading too much, which is that I'm not getting these videos fast enough, getting them out fast enough, and so that's why I'm trying to slow down for that reason as well, not just to deal with the stress of work, but also because I physically like, and I think releasing them every 2 weeks is like a good pace because if I release them weekly, then I am just going to actually run out of stuff. Um, like I legitimately am. But if I release them every 2 weeks, that's a good happy medium. So again, looking for sponsors. I got stuff being edited by other people. So like I said, eventually I'll try to transition into a paradigm where I'm working like closer to release dates. Because like I said, I do feel bad about sitting on some of these videos, these rough cuts, but there's a reason for it, as I've just outlined, and I just want to, um, you know, I have a lot of idea. There's a lot of stuff that I'm just interested in talking about, like right now, and that's why I have all these rough cuts. But generally, and that's why, like I said, that's why I'm trying to slow down, not my upload pace just yet, but my work pace, if that makes sense, so that I kind of catch up and I get a little bit closer to like, okay, when a video is finished, maybe there's like a few weeks turnaround before it's actually put out publicly for people to watch instead of being locked away in the vault, right? The Disney vault. Um, and again, a lot of this doesn't really make functional difference to a lot of you guys, but it is, it is something that I think about a lot. Um, but that's honestly all of my notes for this. I really hope that that was easy enough to follow. Um, I was trying to segue from one conversation talking point to another. Oh yeah, I will talk about sponsors a little bit more. Um, I say this before, I'll say it again. Just because I have a video that is sponsored by a corporate brand doesn't necessarily mean that I just really, really believe in the sanctity of the product, or the company's values. No, it's because I have to pay people. I have to pay my editors. I have to pay people to do stuff for me. And that, this stuff is not free. And part of you guys, like part of that is the support that you guys give me, and it really does matter. Like without you, I would not be able to do a lot of things, really and truly. But in terms of like income to live off of, Patreon money and ad revenue, really not enough. They're really not enough. Uh, yeah, they're really not enough. And so, and that's not you guys' fault. That's just the economy. So I have to accept these sponsorships. I have to, seriously consider, a lot of the offers that I get. And so, whether it's, and again, there's companies that I've worked with in the past that have been engaged in nefarious activities that people really didn't bat an eye at. And then now that this company that I just worked with, who even saying their name does kind of feel gross, but I mean, it's not as like, I don't think it's as deep as some people are making it out to be, but um, they're not my favorite brand that I've worked with. Really, the main reason their dirty laundry is public, right? The main reason that I don't want to work with them again probably is because their requirements for the script, the talking points in the script was very restrictive. That's why I'd spent like a minute and a half, not talking about the brand, and then I mentioned the brand. That's just weird. I don't like that. I don't like doing that. So that would be a reason I won't work with them again. But I will continue to push my merch and my comic and stuff like that, and my Patreon. So yeah, that's really all I have. There's going to be more sponsors. I think I'm at the point where like ad revenue has gotten so shit on YouTube that I really do want to try to get a sponsor for every video that I can. And some of them are going to be, cool sponsors. Like I love working with Architects of Fate. I love working with them because it's actual people, right, with a creative passion. The sponsor that I have for the Starfleet video, I think you guys are going to like. Um, this I might put this out after that. We'll see. But yeah, man, I my my job is stressful, but also it's enjoyable, and I'm glad that I get to do this. The dealing with sponsors, like I don't like dealing with sponsors. I really hate it. It's actually like my least favorite part of the job. I really don't like it. It's just a necessary evil. It's capitalism. So on that dour note, let's end this. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope I come with good news eventually. I mean, I don't know. I think some good stuff has happened. I'm playing some video games right now. I'm re-recording some Mass Effect footage in case I do any more Mass Effect content. God, who knows when that'll happen. But because like interest in that game seems to be at an all-time low, and I'm scared, and I hate that because like I want to make more Mass Effect content, but people aren't clicking. That's that's another issue. But I'm trying to play more video games. I'm trying to play more video games because I'd have like a 7-day work week, and no vacation time, no sick leave, no employer provided health insurance. It's the Wild West out here, y'all. And so, but I'm, if I believe in a 4-day work week and time off and stuff like that, um, you know, trying to work towards YouTube being something that I can just put hours into during the week, but also like live my life separately, that'd be great. That's something I've been chasing for years. That was my life before like 2022, 2021. And maybe it'll happen again. But I also, I'm busy because I'm trying to put work into these videos, the topics that I'm interested in, the map videos, the this, the that, the world of wild space, yada, yada, yada. And I'm hoping that I'm continuing to up my production value. So even if I do go monthly, it'll be because my videos will be like events rather than content. Uh, I want to make movies. I want to make cinema. So maybe I'll get there one day as I get higher in sub count. Maybe I'll have more of a luxury to just put individual focus on individual videos and take longer on them instead of trying to meet like an upload threshold or whatever. But I also have to stay relevant in the algorithm, so it's balancing a lot of this stuff. But that's my basically just my complaints about the website and this lifestyle and this occupation in general. But anyway, same old. But I hope you guys are looking forward to the other stuff. Go watch Mapping the Dominion War if you haven't already. Go watch some other videos that have come out this month if you haven't already. And I hope you're looking forward to October because October is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. These other videos that I'm putting out, they're going to be fun. live action, going on location, getting in costume, all that stuff, kind of that Incredibles energy. Go watch that video if you haven't already too. I enjoy it. I just the same energy that I put into the Mirror Universe videos, you know. But anyway, that's all I have for this week. I will see you next time.